Hey, what's up, Matt?
Man, it's good seeing you, E. How you doing, man? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm making it happen, I'm really excited about this BLAB thing. This is a great platform to drop all kinds of value and wisdom and knowledge to people from all over the world.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It is, man. You know,
I was gonna say, somebody asked me on an interview the other day. They said, "What are you most thankful for?" And I was like, "I'm thankful that I'm living the time we are now. It's just so awesome." I say this every time, but like, it's awesome that I see Ethan, my dad. I have everybody in the comments chatting. It's awesome, man. I love it.
Yes. Go ahead, Matt. You saying something?
man, I was just saying, do you have earphones by chance nearby? Because I think it'll eliminate some of the feedback when you're, if you have any nearby. But it's good seeing you, Ethan. Listen, Ethan Harris is by far one of the most inspirational, but yet, you know, it's one thing to be inspirational. It's another thing to drop extremely good content. And those are the two things that you bring to the table out on social media. Is not only do you bring inspiration and fire everybody up because of your energy and your enthusiasm and your passion, but you also bring really good content.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
I love
I appreciate
it,
that.
You're
I really
awesome, man.
appreciate it. I tried my best, and I've never, ever told my story. I'm going to tell it very soon, probably within the next week or two, you know, how I became who I am today. And a lot of people would never think, you know, how I got to where I am today. But I do give God all the glory and everything, all the credit, because if it wasn't for God, I mean, you got to hear my backstory. I wouldn't be here today, given the value and the content and all the knowledge and wisdom that I give out. I mean, part of my story is I've never, ever had a personal mentor or anything like that. But I just one thing I did, I've read a lot of books. I've read a lot of books, and I've taken a lot of advice from a lot of people, and I stand alone in a lot of things that I do. But meeting Maddix and Caleb Maddix over the last couple of months has really changed the trajectory of the direction in my life that I was moving into, because I needed somebody that had fire, that had passion, that had zeal, that had wisdom, that had knowledge, and that kept going. And I think it was a divine connect when I met these two guys. So that's why I have these two guys on here. I want you to go ahead and talk about some tips, Max, about succeeding in your business. I'm going to go grab my earphones.
Okay. Ethan, me personally, I like that you reference God a lot in some of your coaching and teaching, because here's what I believe. First of all, regardless of somebody's religious opinion, we are, like Grant Cardone says, we're all spiritual beings, right? And I have found that God is the #1 key to energy and to power and to confidence and to wisdom. And I tell people all the time, look, the Bible is the best business book there is. Like, if you want to be successful in business,
that's right.
Probably the best principles that I've ever discovered came from the book of Proverbs. I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, even if I was an atheist, I would read the book of Proverbs. Just because they're so. I hear such a bad echo.
Jump back in.
You hear that echo, Caleb? I think you need to put your headphones. Is that you or Ethan?
I hear echo.
Is it bad? Is it better now?
That's
all right, good. I'm just looking through something that I wrote down once. Go ahead.
Anyway, so a few business tips. I think #1, people need to understand that business is exactly what it is. It's business. In other words, a lot of people think that if you own a business or if you are an entrepreneur that, you know, people are like, I want to start my own business so I can have freedom. Awesome. I believe in that. I believe in having freedom, and that's the key. But at the end of the day, unless you truly have work ethic and understand focus and understand that a lot of times when you're in business, that means that you don't clock out. That means that you literally do have a whatever it takes mentality, that at the end of the day, when you're in business, it's all about providing or producing results. It's about going above and beyond in every situation. It's about working so smart and so hard and so with excellence that you take no shortcuts. You don't allow yourself to slack when you're in business. When you're in business, you have a different mentality than what an employee does. And I would say, you know, it's all about your mindset, and it's about your spirit and your heart. Do you have a spirit of excellence? Do you have a spirit of integrity? You know, do you cut corners? Do you see how many shortcuts you can take? Or do you really, truly try to provide true value to your customers, the wow experience?
Yeah, I love that. What is that?
I don't know, man. It sounds like we're in a...
Let's just flow. Let's just flow.
Okay.
It's fine. What I would have to say about business, and I'm gonna go to this because I think these three things, if you have these, you'll have a successful business no matter what. And I'm gonna go to Marcus Lemonis, and Ethan Harris actually interviewed Marcus Lemonis on the Brilliant Entrepreneurs podcast. A little shout out to there. But Marcus Lemonis, he has his TV show called The Profit, and he goes into these businesses and he completely fixes them. And the way he does it is he looks at these three areas, right? These three areas, the 3 P's. Number 1, people, right? If you want a successful business, you have to have good people. It's about surrounding yourself with good people. You have to have, good workers, good, whatever. You have to have good people that, that you want to talk to. Because customer service. I can't tell you the amount of times that me and my dad have gone into a place and we've, the food has been great, or, whatever, it's been in a great place, whatever, it's a great location. But because of the people, because it's like, you just feel negative energy, right? So number 1 is people. Number 2 is process. This is really big. And I think this is what the biggest thing that businesses lack is a process, meaning you got to have a process. How are they going to get their food? How do they order? Is it slow? Is it fast? That's why fast food's so successful. It's because their process is bing, 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 right? It may not be the best product. They don't even have to have the best people, but their process is so quick and so efficient that people go, right? So it's people, it's process, and then one of the most important is product. You have to have, if whether like you're doing it with a podcast, you have to have a good podcast. When I'm selling my book, I can sell it, but it's not going to go anywhere if it doesn't provide value, right? Your product has to provide value. It's not about, something that my dad's taught me about sales is don't sell like, the features of the product. Sell the, sell the benefits to the person. And when a product has benefits, the business will explode. So the 3 things: number 1, people; number 2, process; and number 3 is your product. I think it all goes back to that. And Marcus Lemonis was right when he talks about that.
Ethan.
I definitely agree with you there. Yes, I did have the pleasure of interviewing Marcus Lemonis, the prophet, on CNBC. That interview was very valuable. I mean, you have to go to the iTunes on the Brilliant Entrepreneurs podcast, which is my podcast, and it's on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. That was one of the billionaires, and of course, he's a multi-billionaire. I interviewed him, and he was so down to earth, but he just gave so much wisdom and so much value. And like Caleb said, price is very important, but value is more important. And Marcus talks about the value over price. A lot of people get focused on price, and they don't deliver the value, because value sells your product. Marcus also talked about his upbringing and how he came from small beginnings, and like I said, he's a multi-billionaire today, but a lot of people go through adversities. The one thing that Marcus did is he kept pushing through his adversities, because the thing about it is, in the beginning that you're born to do something. He started off in sales. He started off in automotive sales. That's where he started off at in his family business. But the thing about succeeding in your business, another tip that you have to do is when you
Ethan,
You cut out.
get wrapped
Ethan,
up in
yeah, you could.
procrastinate.
I think you might need to go into a better spot.
Hey,
Okay.
I want to. I was gonna say I want to go into this real quick, and I like how you said it has to provide value. It just doesn't. Just because it's a cool product, like you may have the coolest technology, whatever. But if it's a wall technology, or whatever, and if it doesn't provide value with their day-to-day lives, it will not work. I like that. What were we gonna say, Pop? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say that Ethan froze, but I like what he was saying. Ethan, are you back?
Me and you. I don't. There we go. Yeah, we can hear you.
Back.
You
I am
sound
back.
better
Can
too.
you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, you can hear me. But what I was saying was very important about was talking about procrastination. A lot of people get inside their business ideas and come up with all kinds of ideologies about business, but then they procrastinate. You got to have that whatever it takes mentality. You got to have that go-getter spirit, because the thing about it is it's already inside of you. The ability to overcome any obstacle is inside of you. So if you have a dream, if you have an aspiration to start a business, go do it. Don't wait on anybody, because every element inside of you is going to work toward building that business, going towards those goals and going towards those dreams. And if you stop and wait on people, you procrastinate. It's kind of like the turtle. You do things in a slow manner. But the thing about it is you never get nowhere, because there's all kinds of distractions coming at you that's going to pull your attention away from your business idea or your business venture. So don't procrastinate, dominate. Like Grant Cardone always says, you have to be omnipresent, meaning you have to be everywhere at all times. You have to dominate the marketplace. You have to dominate every area, because the thing about it is when you dominate, then you get attention. Attention goes where domination flows. I just made that up. Attention goes where domination flows.
That's
good. I
like that.
Wow.
It's true.
Well,
Go ahead, Matt.
Caleb actually had a 25-minute coaching call with the captain today, Michael Bonnet. And Caleb, I want you to share 2 or 3 things that he gave you, and I want us to kind of talk about them, because I got some stuff out of it. I listened to the recording. Caleb recorded it. It was powerful. I mean, it was probably, the value that he's talking about, delivering value. A lot of people proclaim to be a coach nowadays. A lot of people proclaim to be a speaker. But remember this, whatever industry you're in, it's all about results. At the end of the day, that's all that matters, is that you produce results. I was telling somebody the other day, social media is giving everybody a platform. And there's so many self-proclaimed experts out there. And I'm all about it. I'm all about people being passionate and people, putting themselves out there. Hey, whether they're just starting out in a speaking career or a writing career, or, don't say you're a writer if you don't have a blog or you've never written a book. Mm-hmm. You can maybe say I'm an aspiring writer. At the end of the day, selling is all about selling, and it's all about producing results. And I think, I was telling Caleb, I was like, look, if you want to know what somebody's like, just Google them. What I love about you, Ethan, is you're actually putting tangible stuff out there rather than just getting on a Periscope and saying, hey, my name's Ethan Harris, and I'm a coach and I'm a speaker and whatever. You actually, like, if somebody Googles you actually have some real stuff out there. I think that's key. I think it's key that we focus on results more than anything. And we have that swag, I hate to use the word, but that confidence, swagger, that, hey, I am worth my price and more. Like, actually, I'm giving you a discount. That's how we need to feel. Set our price high and actually feel like it's not high.
Yeah, that's I was going to say, that's what I learned from Michael Bonnet. He said, be unreasonable ethically, meaning, like, bro, Never mind. Yeah, I'll just go into it. I'll just let that play around. But,
Somebody's dog is going nuts.
Yeah, no. All right, but what I mean by that, what he meant by that is, like, you got to be unreasonable, meaning you got to set your prices high, right? You know, I asked Grant Cardone, set the prices high or low, and he's like, you know, either way they're gonna buy your product if it's good, and I love that. It's price before, or it's value before price, right? If you set your prices high and you focus on value, it'll you know, that's even what my dad's doing with some of his businesses and what a lot of the most successful people do. And you'll notice that when there's something free, you don't value it as much, right? But when you pay $10,000 for it, you are not going to let go of that, right? You know, if you're a kid and you throw a toy out the window and it's just a little toy you got from McDonald's, your parents still get mad, right? But if you throw a toy out the window and it was a robot that cost $3,000 for Christmas, they're going to get ticked off of you, right? The reason why is because, you know, they see the price as the value. So in life, you got to kind of set your prices high. And that's what I'm starting to learn is don't just come from the, I'm giving you a discount. Like when people say, you know, your book's too much, your coaching's too much, I always say, this is my response. I'm like, well, that's all great, man. I agree. What's funny though, is the book is free. I say what you're paying for is the results. Meaning I don't budge when they say my price is too high. And if they're not willing to pay it, you know, they're not willing to pay it. You know, too many people get discounts. Yeah, you give some discounts every once in a while for people that have been, you know, whatever. But if you just sit there and give discounts every second where somebody says something, who's going to make the sale? You can make a sale, but if you brought the price low, they sold you somehow, right? So I think that's the biggest thing is not budging and knowing that your price is your price and valuing yourself and your product more than, you know, other people do, and they will value the same.
Good stuff. He's full of it, isn't he, Ethan?
Have a good one.
Ethan's froze. Can you see him or hear him? Ethan, are you at a birthday party, my friend? Are you?
Yeah, I know, right?
I love you, baby. Good to see you.
Yeah, like I said, there's a little bit of distraction.
That's okay.
Got a little bit. Man, he's full of nothing but wisdom, knowledge.
Ethan, try to.
Can you guys hear me and see me? I do apologize.
Not really. No, it's fine. It's not your fault. Try to leave and then jump back in. You can do that. Leave and then join. Maybe that works.
What are you saying, Caleb?
This BLAB was brought to you by Caleb Maddix, Keys to Success for Kids. Little commercial there.
No, Caleb, that's some good stuff, you know, and I don't know what happened to Ethan, but anyways,
I told him to leave and jump back in. He's fine.
He'll
jump back in.
Kicked him out, huh?
No,
Hey, how are you beating me in the claps? That's disturbing.
Because I'm where there's value, they like it. So I think that's what it is, man.
Well, the best quote of sales is when value exceeds price, price becomes irrelevant. People usually find a way to get what they want. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, most people that are, let me give a business tip because he said business tip. I think that no matter what business you're in, your number one, I'm going to steal a word from Grant Cardone, obsession needs to be sales. Sales is what blood is to the human body. Sales is to the business. And sales is the lifeblood of the business. Like businesses cannot live without sales. It's all about cash. Cash is king. And I would tell any young entrepreneur out there, do whatever it takes to be all about the cash. Like, you know, one of the reasons why I think it's over 80%, it's 87% of small businesses fail within the first 3 years. And the number one reason is a lack of cash. And one of the reasons why they have a lack of cash, I think too many businesses cash in too early. They land a big deal. And what they do is they go buy all this fancy furniture. They go out and, you know, start spending. And instead of sacrificing and living below their means. I mean, look, Mark Cuban didn't even go on a vacation until his first 7 years of business. You know, a lot of times you see entrepreneurs, they cash in too early. And I would tell every startup company out there, be aggressive about selling, aggressive about cash, and like even on a good month, most salespeople, when they meet their quota can be good and quota can be bad. It can be good to help motivate people, but it can be bad because once people hit their quotas, they stop. How many people do you know maybe hit their quota by Tuesday, they take the rest of the week off? That's stupid. Like, have a quota, then if you hit it early, set it higher. You must have set your target too low if you hit your quota that early. So I think you need to have massive goals, massive targets. And I think you need to be extreme about sales and extreme about cash.
Yeah.
And laser focused on doing whatever it takes to make money. That's why you're in business. It's all about making money and providing a service.
It's completely Grant Cardone. Like, everything comes back to the principle. And this is the reason why the book became so successful, because you can apply it to every area. It's the 10X rule. The 10X rule, right? You set your quota here, whatever, 10X that. You set your goal, 10X that. Grant Cardone's number one regret, he says, is that he didn't set his dreams big enough. He had crazy dreams for the stars, and he said that he regrets not setting them higher. Like, even that dream that he had, he should 10X it. Like, what you have right now, if it looks crazy, 10X that, and then you might have to 10X it again. Because if you want success, you have to shoot for the galaxy. I like that, JC. Not for the stars, for the galaxy.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of, good to see Fabian and JC, dude. I wish this isn't our BLAB, so we can't invite anybody in to join. Ethan must have had a bad connection, so he's jumping back in. I actually got to go in like 5 minutes myself, Caleb, because I got a meeting. But you and I are going to do a BLAB tonight.
Yep.
And but listen, I want to say this real quick, like too. Another tip in business is don't. At the end of the day, it's like what I tell people. You have to differentiate yourself. You have to set yourself apart. I think it was you, Caleb, quoted something Grant Cardone said, or maybe Ethan said it. You don't compete. Like, people that are competing already lost. If you're trying to compete with your competitors, you've already lost the game. You've got to go.
Well, I say, whoa, that hurt my ears. What I say is don't compete with your competition.
I'm trying to hold the microphone. I don't know if it's my microphone, if they can even see me.
Dude, you're awesome, Ethan.
Yeah. But I was just saying, you don't compete with your competition. You don't compete with your rival business. What you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. That is the biggest thing. Because if you can keep getting better every single day, eventually those rocks pile up and become a mountain. Don't compete with whatever. Do it. Compete with who you were yesterday. Try to be better.
Well, I'm going to tell Ethan real quick. Welcome back. We missed you, my friend. 3 things that stood out to me that Michael Bonnet shared with Caleb today. He said, number one, Caleb, you've got to be unreasonable. He said, everybody's going to tell you. See, problem is we try to get everybody to fit into a mold and be nice and don't rock the boat. He said, with integrity, be as unreasonable as you can, because that's what's going to cause people to pay. Because of your hustle, because of your never say die mentality, willingness to look somebody in the eye and ask for the sale, project confidence. He said, number one is be unreasonable. And Caleb and I had like an hour talk about that today, about ways that he could be more unreasonable. Second thing he told Caleb is he said, Caleb, like Michael Bonnet makes 250 calls a day. And Caleb was like, I make 100 calls a day right now. And he said, you got to set it higher. You got to 10X. You got to 10X.
He said 10X, yeah.
He said, the second thing that really stood out to me that he said was that he never stops training. We hear that all the time, right? That it almost becomes cliche. I wonder, you know what? Who was it? John Gross told Caleb and I last night. What really separates great basketball players and good basketball players
This is good.
Is 26,000 extra shots. It really all comes down to your practice. The fact that all of Grant Cardone's team never stops training, yet they've been trained by the best, yet all of them in their own right are pros, professionals. But even professionals never stop training. And last but not least, that he said that I absolutely loved.
Well, professionals train harder because that's how they got there. They keep doing it. It's not that they do less. And something that stood out with me with Michael Bonnet is he said that in the boiler room, all that, he said it's intense. Like, they're
Pressure.
like, they have fun, they have all this, but he says if you can learn to do one thing, learn to handle pressure. That's like, you got to handle pressure because you're going to go through it. You must be able to get through it in order to become successful.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw this in. The third thing real quick, and that's good stuff, Caleb, and I believe that we could actually, Ethan, we could talk about that. Most people are afraid of pressure. They're afraid of, rejection. They're afraid of, anything less than, everybody wants to be comfortable. Like, when you say, how much money do you want to make? And they say, well, I don't really need a lot of money. I just want to be comfortable. Avoid those people like the plague. Those people, my friends, are the last people you want to have in your inner circle. Anybody that wants to be comfortable, that's dangerous because that leads to complacency. That leads to apathy. That leads to a lack of passion. Guys, you're put on this earth for one life, and anything less than passion, and I mean real passion, is a crime. It's a crime. People that live life apathetic should be arrested. What do we consider a crime in this society, right? I think people that don't have passion, we should handcuff them and put them in prison until they get passion. But then the third thing that Michael Bonnet told you real quick, because I got to go. Look, Caleb, I'm going to let you talk, and I'll listen.
We'll stay on.
Is he said, Grant Cardone writes down every objection that he can think of.
That was good.
And he said, Caleb, I want you to make a list of every objection and then start mastering how to handle those objections. I thought that was great. Love you guys. Ethan, I'll come back on if you guys are still around. I got to step in to a quick meeting. I should be back in 20 minutes. If you guys are still around, I'll be back. If not, then love you both, man.
Yeah, we'll be doing a BLAB later tonight anyway, so we'll get some more people on here. But I appreciate that was good, man. That's some good stuff. I mean, what Michael Bonnet said to me was so life-changing. I mean, he said so much stuff, and I'm going to do a Periscope called Everything I Learned, for my coaching call. And I'm looking forward to it because we're going to start doing a weekly coaching call, and he's going to drop some bombs, man. It was awesome. Ethan, what's up, man? You good? I don't hear your volume. Yeah, I think we lost sound, man. Hey, let's get somebody else in here, Ethan. I don't know what's up. Yeah, everybody's saying no sound.
Guys,
what's up, man?
how you doing? How you guys doing today?
We're good, man. Just hustling.
You have to. All right, so you talked to the captain. That's awesome, man. He's a fired up individual.
He is, dude. It was funny because I was wondering. Okay, I was like, he does the cap and all that. And when he would call me, he kept saying, "Boom!" Like he started screaming. It was awesome, dude. He's really like that. That's his enthusiasm, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You got it. No matter what you do, you have to have enthusiasm.
I agree with that 100%, and I say that every single time. I believe that you have to be excited for what you're doing, or no one's going to be excited for you at the end of the day. And it makes no sense when people are like, why are you so excited? I'm like, because if I'm not excited, then no one else will be. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So, when I do my motivational speaking, man, I have to go all out. And, like, I treat every single blab, scope, video, tweet, I don't really care, as the last thing that I'm ever going to get. Because you never know who's watching. You don't know who's watching your scope. You don't know who's watching your blab. You don't know who's watching your Facebook video. Grant Cardone could watch and be like, oh, I got to get this kid in here. You never know. So that's why I have to go all out on every single one, because you never know when that one video could transcend you to really that next level.
I love that, because I was doing a Periscope the other day, and I didn't know Grant Cardone was watching. And then I think that was the first time him and Elena jumped on or something like that, and they started sharing everything. So many doors opened up, because you never do a Periscope, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to do this, and hopefully I get some people in here, whatever. Like, every single Periscope you do, you need to be like, okay, if there's 3 people, you need to treat it like 300. Because something that Gary Vaynerchuk talks about is, he said before he ever got on CNN and before he ever got on Ellen and all that different kind of stuff, he said that his first couple of videos, got like 20 views, 30 views, different stuff like that. And he said, but he didn't let that like affect him because he was thinking, this is his only thought. If there's one of these 20 people can be the director of, CNN or the whatever that makes those decisions, he treated everything like it was his last, and he had so much passion.
I agree 100%. And as Matt Maddix said right there, like 100% I agree with that. I believe, I don't really care if it's 200, 2,000 people listening to me. All I need is one person to listen to what I have to say. All I need is one person to understand me. Because if that one person can understand me, then I can be like, okay, what do you like? And then boom, I just compound off that. Because I know that multiple people will keep liking, but all you need is one person to buy your service. All you need is one person to buy into your system, look at what you're doing and like it. All you need is one person.
Yeah.
And people think that everyone starts off with 1 million followers, and that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not going to make any sense because everyone starts out with 0 followers, and then you have to compound, be everywhere. I watched Grant Cardone's scope the other day, and it was the most fire scope I've ever watched in my life. He literally said, you need to be everywhere. And I was like, okay, where's he going with this? And he said, YouTube, Facebook, Google+, Twitter. He was going crazy. He was like TV, radio, Entrepreneurship Magazine. He said he was in like all these magazines, and then he was like, yo, I'm gonna go here. And then he said, I'm gonna go on Vine, I'm gonna go on BLAB, I'm gonna go here on Periscope, Meerkat. And he said every single app. He said I have to be everywhere at once because he said I never know who's trying to buy. He said I even hate Instagram, but I'm still gonna be on there. So it's more so you have to just go all out because you don't know who's watching. That's just me 100% all the time.
Yeah, and I give you an example. Like I've done scopes before where I have like, it's crazy because I have like 15 people on there. Normally I get like 50, 60, up way high normally, and then like 300 altogether, and I'll get like 100 whatever, and then one person got on there, and they're like, I'm gonna buy 60 of your books. Like I'm gonna buy 50 of your books because I didn't half-heart it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end it. We got 20 people on here, whatever. Like if there's that one person on there, they can buy my book right here for however much. So you got to treat everything like it's your last, like it's your first, like everything. Yeah. Ethan, I want you to say something real quick. Say something, see if we can hear you now. I don't know.
I don't know if he's like muted or.
Ethan's having connection problems. Ethan, he's having some problems. It's fine. I don't know if he's probably in some bad place, but
you should go refresh. You should refresh your screen, and then you'll be better.
We'll just when you speak to a crowd of 5, I agree with what my dad said. Like, if I've done speaking stuff where I've spoken in front of 2,000, 3,000 people, and then I've done a speaking thing. Hold on, sorry, I just closed off the notification. In front of like 2,000, 3,000 people, and then I do a speaking thing in front of 15 people. And only 15 people here. And, hey, what's up, Fabian? My man.
What's up, man?
But and then what's up, man? I love that guy right there. He's awesome, dude. But and then I'll speak in front of 15. I'll tell my dad, I don't really want to speak. There's only 15. But my dad's like, well, there's one kid out there who you can change their life. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go all in. Like it's just you don't adjust us to the crowd, you may adjust to the market, but you don't. So,
agreed.
What's up, Fabian?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. As soon as I get on, my food delivery gets here. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go.
You gotta get your food. Gotta get your food. That's what's up. He's fired up. Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Okay, question for you, man.
Ethan,
is Ethan good?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
well,
barely, but
it's muffled. But say something again.
Okay, test 1. Can y'all hear me now?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, we can hear you.
Hold on, let me turn this up.
Here, try to fix that, and I'll let Morgan ask that question.
Yeah, my question is, what's like your book that like the book that you read and you were like, whoa, because I got the same book as for me. So what was that book that you were like, whoa, I got to get my act together? What was that book for you,
bro?
I read one book and I was like, oh my, I'm doing everything wrong. And then I was like, I just amplified. Yeah.
I think that's a good question. I mean, I've read so many books that I think they've all amplified me. Every time I read one, I'm like, okay, I got to step it up in this area. or I got to do this. I got to do this. It can be like I read one book one time called Positive Dog. It's like 30-something pages, super small. I read it in like 15 minutes, but it literally has changed my life since then. But I think if you're talking about book, I mean, you can't go wrong with 10X Rule. And since I'm an athlete, there's this book called Relentless, and it's Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, and Kobe Bryant's trainer. Dude, that book lights me on fire because he's talking about, Michael Jordan has this work ethic. Yeah, you may think you're doing good. Yeah, you may be speaking all this different stuff, but he's like, you're not doing nothing. He's like, you gotta 10X that. I think they all come back to it, but 10X, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And then Relentless as well. Those are two books that really got me.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
I just want to make a real quick comment, guys, and let some other people hop on. First of all, Ethan, thanks for letting me join in the BLAB. I appreciate that. It's crazy with all the technical difficulties, though. It's so frustrating. But you know what's awesome? Caleb can vibe the show. Matt can vibe the show. Morgan's vibing the show. So no matter what the technical difficulties is.
Yeah, we're vibing, man, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Morgan. Oh, go ahead, Fabian.
No, it's all good, man. It's funny because you had mentioned before, just performing, when you're on scope, when you're doing anything, give it your 100%, whether it's 3 people on there or 3,000 people on there, you just got to deliver it. Caleb,
I was going to say, yeah, go ahead.
That's what brought me to you, bro. I mean, listen, following you, following your pop and your scopes has been a game changer for so many people, including myself. That's what motivated me to talk to you, the administration of the school district that I work at, to say, hey, listen, you got to check out this kid. Literally it went from me buying a book for my family, for my kids, to you know what? I have access to all of these kids your age, bro. I have access to all of these people. I believe in your message so much. I'm like, you know what? I have to share this because more people need to hear about this, which resulted into a conversation, with superintendent, with the principal, conference call. Me and Caleb and his father Matt, we connected offline, went from Facebook to email to telephone call to conference call with the powers to be, and then before you know it, bam, dude, 70 copies of his book is being purchased.
Yeah, man.
He's doing one of these blabs, one of these Google Hangouts for 50 8th grade students coming up in September. I'm so Caleb, we got to work out the details, man, but I'm so fired up.
That's awesome.
How many people you're gonna?
Man, you're awesome, dude.
Dude, and it's so exponential because you don't even know the promoting behind the scenes things that I'm doing because my connections with school districts, it's vast, man. So I believe in your message. I believe what you're doing. It's awesome to have a father like Matt who has poured so much in you. And then you took that spark, man, and you ran. But it's not your pop telling you to do anything. It's you making a decision every day to be committed, to be consistent. Bro, that fires me up, and I know that fires a lot of other people up. So, dude, keep doing what you're doing. I just wanted to say a couple of seconds.
You're awesome, man.
That's awesome, man. That's good insight. Good insight.
Fabian's my man, dude. Every time I see you on a scope, I'm like, that's my dog right there, dude.
Fabian. That's some good knowledge.
Everybody go follow my man. Every 23 people on here has to be following Fabian.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, man.
Awesome, You're awesome. Dude. I mean, I gotta say thank you for everything, man. Thank you for connecting. Ethan, everybody, just like JC's on here. We got some great people on here. It's just awesome to connect. And I'm gonna say this again, but every time somebody asks me what are you thankful for, I'm like, I'm thankful to be in this time because we have these apps where I'm talking to my man Fabian. We would have never met, right? And just the craziness that they decided to make Periscope at that time. And now we got to connect it. That you just clicked on it. Somebody shared however you found me out. How Ethan got on there. And then we got an interview. We're doing this now. It's just like everything is crazy. And you can't say that. Like, even people say it's a coincidence. Everything. The actual word coincidence, the root word is coincide, right? And that means to fit perfectly. And we think that, it means, to fit by accident. No, it means it fit perfectly. That's what a coincidence really is. All this is a coincidence because it fit perfect.
You froze up, buddy.
Pieces. Like,
froze up?
Do you see me now?
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I was going to say, it's just awesome, dude. Just connected you guys.
I'll leave with this quote. I hope I popped in. I heard a quote earlier today that's posted it that I forget who said. I got to go back and check out my notes. But someone made a quote that said, "Coincidence is God's way of letting you know that He's here." And like that's how I feel, man. Everyone's connected for whatever reason. We cross each other's paths for a higher plan or higher purpose. And whatever your beliefs are, I think everyone could agree, that spirituality, there's something bigger and better, man. That's together. And I'm just inspired to have some time here. Morgan, you're awesome. Caleb, dude, you're
appreciate it, man.
About you, and you always deliver it, bro. I wish there was some technical difficulties on your end. So thanks everybody for your time. I'm gonna listen.
Hey, nice jumping in, man. That's awesome. And I kind of want to go back to Matt. I saw your dad ask me a question. What books that blew me up?
I was gonna ask you too.
Yeah. So the book that blew me up was Napoleon Hill's Law of Success. And after I read it, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I gotta do more, Like it was just like one of those moments where it was just like all these principles that they're in there, like there's like 16, 17. And then I was like, these principles are like huge. Like any person that reads this, like it changes your entire mindset to where you're like, wow, there's like a lot of people I can help. There's a lot of things I can do. I started just giving out a lot more value instead of being like, oh, it's just about me. So it's just, no, I'm just like, I gave out a ton of value. Like I just started getting massive amounts of value and knowing that, you really had to do more than what you're asked for. The book's called The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's written in like 1935. Yeah, it was a fantastic book. And I read that and that got me super excited. And
I think I've read part of that. I think I've read part of that, but I need to reread that because I've heard of that book. I've read part of it. I loved it, but now hearing it from you, I don't believe in, like I said, coincidences. So anytime somebody says something to me, I'm going to do it, man. For sure. Yeah. Check it out, man. It's about 500, 600 pages, but it's, like as Hannah said, it's literally an instant classic, and it tells you pretty much every single thing that's in there. The structures and where it comes from is just so much knowledge that you can just apply to your life immediately. And it's just perfect. So that was a life changer book for me. My dad just asked a question below saying, what is your best advice for me? I want to know that. For sure. Yeah, man. I've been checking out your scopes and stuff like that. I hop in and out. And honestly, my best advice for you is to keep striving at what you're doing. I know you talk about this all the time, but to keep striving and don't let other people affect you because the mindset that you have, like even at my age, there's friends that don't understand my mindset. They don't understand why I grind so hard. They don't understand that. And they don't understand about giving value. So my advice to you is that, of course, there's even people that age that have literally no idea what you're doing. They're going to be like, who is this kid? What's he doing? He's on another wall. He's crazy. He's insane. But your insanity is what you should be happy about. Your craziness and how compelled and how passionate you are about what you do on a daily basis is what you should be excited about. So my advice to you, man, is to keep really just striving and then just grinding out, keep giving the value, keep popping in, and just be everywhere, man. Be everywhere because people will know who you are. People will know what's going on, and your message is so strong. Your message is so strong that people understand it. And you're going to be so insane that the right people will come towards you. And then the wrong people, be insane, and the wrong people will step back. They'll step back because they won't be able to know what to do with you. They'll be like, this kid's crazy. But the right people will be like, we know exactly how to help this kid out. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good stuff. I love that, man. I'm going to write that down in a second. That's good stuff. I appreciate it, dude. For you. No problem, man. No problem. Yeah, man. I want to go back real quick. Fabian said about, like I said how, every scope matters. That's what you said. And then I kind of talked about it. We brought that up. And I looked through the other day, and my first, 35 scopes, I didn't have any more, a total viewers. I didn't have more than 100 people. And then, one person shared it. Then that brought a connection to somebody else. Then another person shared it. And it just grows from there because you keep pushing out content no matter how many people. And people start to feel that way. I think that's good. That's key, man. And I appreciate everything you said, dude. It's an awesome stuff. Man. For sure, man. It's all about interaction. And that's what I kind of talked about on a BLAB 2 days ago, is that you just have to interact and just be everywhere and give value. Like here right now, I'm just giving you value, man, because I like what you're doing. And I appreciate it. And I'm like, this is how I want to help you because I believe, the more people that you help, at the end of the day, it's all gonna come together. Yeah. Because I think everyone's kind of trying to get the same goal. And my mindset is an abundant mindset. I try to help as many people as possible. Because I know at the end of the day, everyone's trying to help everybody out because we're all kind of have the same goals and we're all kind of crazy, kind of overachieve what we're trying to do. So I just believe that, really just kind of be out there, interact, and just be a game changer every single day for somebody, because I try to impact one person's life every day. That's good, man. This is some good stuff on this. I almost said scope because I'm so used to on this Blab. I want to interview you on Blab. I want to interview you on Blab one day. So
sure,
message
man.
me or I'll message you or something because you got some good stuff today to say and I appreciate it.
Hey, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I guess I just tweet it out. So I'll follow you and send you a DM for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to business. We've been talking about that. I don't know where Ethan went, and I hope we can get somebody else in here soon. And all four of us, get 4 people in. Hopefully Ethan gets his connection back. But going back to business, this is something that I took from, I've taken notes and all this different kind of stuff. And with studying Mark Cuban, I've learned these 10 rules that he has for a successful business. I want to kind of talk about these for a second, because it's on business and people come here for that. So let's share some business content. The first thing that he says, and this, what you're going to know, though, is that everything that people say, all this stuff, you can listen to everybody. Sorry, I just froze up for a second.
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay, you're good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to actually get off here real quick, but let me go through these real quick. Everybody has the same exact rules for success. I actually have a coaching call in a second, so I'm going to log off. But I'm going to go through these 10 rules for success. Number 1, follow your passion. Number 2, you have to follow your passion's huge. If you're not doing what you love, you're not going to do it, right? Number 2 is get rid of your plan B. There's something to burning the boats, right? B stands for boats. You got to burn your plan B. You got to burn your boats. So I think that's key, is getting rid of your plan B. Number 3, surround yourself with what you want. This is key. If you want to be more confident, surround yourself with confident people. If you want to dress cooler, surround yourself with, cooler, whatever. You got to be with what you want. Number 4 is learn to sell. I say this, everybody is a salesman, right? Every single person who's alive is a salesman. They're selling something, whether it's themselves, they're trying to brand themselves, or their product. Number 5, use your strengths, right? This is huge. You have to learn your strengths. If you know your enemy and know yourself, you will win every single war, right? You know how to attack them. People always say work on your weaknesses, and that's great. But if you work on your weaknesses and completely let go of your strengths, you just lost 2 things now, right? Because now your weaknesses are average and your strengths now become average. So now you are average, right? Work on your strengths. Number 6 is be a people person. We're all in the people business, right? You got to be a people person. You got to be able to connect, right? Number 7 is get in different environments, right? Like people who work in the office all the time in one place, you got to be able to go to different places, maybe go to a coffee shop, mix it up a little bit, because I'm all about routines, but I'm not about ruts. Meaning, yes, be into a routine, wake up at the same time, whatever, get into your routine, but also you don't ever want to get into a rut of doing the same thing over and over. There's a difference, right? That's 7. Number 8 is always learn. The biggest thing, and I'm rushing through these because I got a coaching call. Always learn. You have to always be learning, always be doing personal growth, and always bettering yourself, right? Number 9 is you have to communicate. Communication can either kill you or can either elevate you. You got to communicate with your customers, with your employees, with whoever, right? And then number 10, the last one of the most important, is have fun. If you're not having fun, if your environment's not upbeat, if where your work is down, whatever, you got to be upbeat, right? You have to have fun. You have to be doing what you love, and all those 10 keys is what you need for success. It really, and that's what Mark Cuban, that he wrote those down, the 10 rules, and those I've just looked through those, and those just shock me every time, because if you have those 10 things, it'll change your life. It really will.
I agree with that, man. You got it down packed.
I'm going to have to log off real quick. I want to ask you, what's your best advice for every business owner, somebody who wants to start a business?
Okay, yeah, this is my best advice, and I tell this people all the time. I say you have to, at the end of the day, you have to write down exactly what you want. You got to be like, this is what I'm going to do, making the decision. Okay? Mm-hmm. You have to make the decision that hell or high water, you're going to go all at it 100%, and you're not going to let any friend, any boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, dad, uncle, I don't care who it is, stop you from reaching your goal. Because at the end of the day, there are going to be people who tell you that you can't do it. They're going to be like, hey, you can't do that. Like, Who do you think you are? No. Make the decision for any business order. Make the decision in your head. Like, I don't care what's going to happen. I'm going to connect as much as possible.
Love that.
I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to be so obnoxious with my business that you either have to basically buy into what I'm doing or just go away. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's my advice for every single person.
Greg Cardone says either buy my product or, okay, he says, I'm going to stop calling you either when you change your phone number or when you die. He says that's the only way. And I love that. And I love everybody go follow my man Morgan because, dude, you're dropping some bombs, dude. Like,
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
I love how you said you got to be committed. Too many people, they half-heart it. That's the point of getting rid of your plan B, because when you sit there and have a plan B, you know, I want to be a major leaguer. I want to, you know, become the next great basketball player. But if not, I'm going to go into being a lawyer. No, you got to set your mind and commit to it.
100%. I agree with that.
Yeah, man. I don't know if Ethan can end this because we're going to have to go. I'm going to be jumping on another BLAB as soon as I'm done with this coaching call. I just had to blow him off because I was on here. And I didn't want to blow you guys off. But I'm gonna have to get off right now, get into this coaching call. And but I appreciate everybody who jumped on here, all 85 people who came throughout this scope. It's awesome. Morgan, you're awesome. Ethan, if you're still watching, you're awesome as well. Everybody who's on here, appreciate that. My dad dropping some bombs as well. Everybody's awesome. We're all going to become more successful, and we're going to do it, man.
I appreciate you letting me in here, man. Caleb, I'll definitely reach out to you so we can do an interview. That'd be awesome, man. I'm honored to do that for you. And I appreciate everyone who just followed me as well. And guys, it was an awesome BLAB, and I'll probably see you guys soon. So it was awesome.
All right, man. See you guys. Appreciate everybody. Right. I'm going to leave. Maybe you can stay on. Ethan's going to have to end it. If not, I don't know. I don't know how this works. Yeah, I'm going to hang up too. All right, man. Appreciate everybody.